Hello everybody, welcome back to another Premiere Pro tutorial. In this one, I'm going to show you how to create this cool little loading animation or animation bar, loading animation, whatever you want to call it. Now here's the thing, traditionally you would create this in After Effects, but I'm going to show you how to do it in Premiere Pro, and I'm going to show you each of the steps. So we're going to create this entirely from scratch. So I'm going to delete these layers and we're just going to start with some footage. So I'll even delete the composition. So drag and drop some footage into your project panel like I've got here. Now just drag this onto your timeline, presto. Now the next step is we want to go ahead and create the first rectangle. I'm going to create an extra large rectangle because it's easier to see, but again, you guys can create a rectangle the size that you want to. I'm going to go and I'm just going to drag out a rectangle like this. So it's a big loading bar. Let's just go with that. Okay, cool. We've got this loading bar. Now what I've done here is you'll notice here that I've gone ahead and set the fill to none and the stroke to 40. Also, I am in the Essential Graphics panel. If you don't see that, make sure you go to Window and then just make sure that you've got a check mark beside Essential Graphics. So basically, we're working on this shape here. So I've gone ahead and just created a very simple rectangle, 40 stroke, but of course you can make this bigger or thicker as you see fit, no fill. Okay, good. Now I'm going to click out. It's very important here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab the selection tool. I'm going to click out. So we're creating another layer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and grab that rectangle tool again. And this time I'm going to drag basically and create a shape pretty much inside the other shape. So what I want to do is I want a stroke and a fill. So here we go. So this one here has the same dimensions pretty much, and it's got this stroke inside and no fill. I'm basically just going to go ahead and add a fill and turn off the stroke. And here's what we've got. We've got two rectangles. The bottom one is the stroked one and the top one is the filled one. I'm going to go ahead and start doing some doctoring. So I'm going to go now and click on the top layer. I'm going to grab the selection tool and I'm going to go ahead and just double click on it. When I do that, you'll see here that I've got these little pullable handles that I can just sort of finesse to make it look a little better. So, you know, I want it to basically fill the whole thing. Now, if you want, you can go like right in with a microscope and take a really close look, but I'm just eyeballing this that you can see that that's not quite right. So I'm going to go something like maybe that. There we go. And now I'll click out. So there we go. We've got a stroke and we've got an internal fill. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our effects panel right here. Again, if you don't see it, Window, make sure there's a check mark beside effects. We now want to apply a crop to the fill layer, which is the top layer. So this one has the fill, and if you're never not sure, you can go to your effect controls panel and just drop this down, and you'll see here that under shape it'll say fill. So you'll know this is the fill layer. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag the crop onto the top layer here, onto the fill layer. So go to effects and then just type in the word crop like I've done here. There we go. Drag and drop that on top and let's see what we got. We got nothing right out of the box, but if we go back into the effect controls panel, you'll see here that crop has been applied. And watch this, if we move these, we can go ahead and set the animation. So we're going to animate that property. So this one would be if you wanted the animation go left or right, but in this case we want to go the other way. So what we're going to do is making sure the playhead is at the beginning. I'm going to click on this stopwatch beside right, and you'll see here it's at 0%, which is not what we want. At the beginning we want it at pretty much 100%. See, so now it's just the stroke, nothing isn't filled in. Let's go ahead and move the playhead forward to say, I don't know, something like 3 seconds. Let's go something like that. Let's go back a frame here to 3 seconds, and then I'm going to take it from 100% down to 0. So let's see what we got here. So let's take a look here. Starts at the beginning. Boom. We've got our loading animation. Now that's a little bit too slow if you ask me, so you can always just go ahead and grab the little point here, and I'm just going to move this over. So I'm just going to speed this up, and now take a look. Bang, loading. That is all you need to do to create the loading animation. Seriously, it's that simple. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.